Hi, I wanted to give you a quick little overview of Portales. First thing I'm going to do is show you how quickly you can create a course. So I'm going to click here on Add a Course, and I'm going to choose the Express Setup. And this will allow me to set up my course in just moments. And I'm going to set the days that we're meeting. All right, and when we end, what school I'm participating in and how many sections, and I can actually name my sections here. All right. And now I could, if I had an existing course, choose from the existing course and it will copy all my settings over. Or I can set it up from scratch and I can choose a fully online course, a hybrid course, a face-to-face with the homework model, which means you're introducing a topic and then assigning homework to review, or face-to-face preparatory model, which gives students work to prepare for the lesson of the day. You could do a communicative track, a heritage speaker track, and then a high beginner track. So for this example, we're going to do a fully online, and choosing the essentials would only assign the grammar and vocabulary. You could add more to it, but that's what it's going to automatically assign. Doing the complete will do all aspects of the lesson. So we're going to do complete, and you can choose which lessons to go in. Portales has been used for 2 semesters to 4 semesters. It's really up to what works for your school. If you're doing an online course, you may want to have them do a little bit of homework every day. You can see that as I divide the homework up over the week, that it changes the average. I do want to show you that there are ways that you can change what is assigned. So in this case, I don't want any instructor graded stuff automatically assigned. I don't want any partner materials automatically assigned. Because this is fully online, it's including all the quizzes, grammar, vocab quizzes, grammar quizzes, the lesson tests, and pronunciation activities, as well as review, and the extra lessons here, adelante, which means more of all of these areas. So this is the full kit and caboodle. So you may say, you know, I really don't need to have any more Cultura, Flash Cultura, and I don't really need them to be writing more. So you can kind of choose in here, and then you can always go back and add these assignments back in. You can also choose some options down here with how you want your homework divided. In this case, we can move from one lesson to the other in the same due date. It's going to let you move from one section within a lesson to be split across multiple dates, and also allows you to do assignments from one learning group within a section to be split across multiple dates. So this is giving the system a little more flexibility. So given what I've done here, we have about just less than an hour of homework per day. I might need to add in that we have some breaks. So if you have a break that you know students aren't going to be submitting anything, you can add that in, and it changes how long everything's going to take. Now remember, you can unassign and reassign all this stuff. So just because it's putting this out, there may be assignments you want to add in and assignments you want to take out later. So it is now developing a course for lessons 1 through 4, given the parameters I gave it. In just a couple of minutes, it designed that and created a section for myself. I'm going to go ahead and create a sample student, and in a few minutes we'll see the student perspective. But what I wanted to show you first was how it divided up the assignments. So I'm going to go to the assignment calendar and show you that it has indeed created something to do. It's given me my little break here. Assignments both for credit and graded assignments are laid out. You can also go to start assigning, and it will show you the activities for the unit as well as what's being assigned. And you can change some things if you want to assign them now or unassign them, you can. It does give you some flexibility. If you are in the assignment calendar, you can also unassign and reassign activities by clicking on the day. And looking at what's been assigned. If there are things here that you have to reassign, so for instance, you had a snow day last week, and you need to reassign these, you click on the activities and assign them to a different day. Or you can unassign them. If you find that the vocabulary tutorials aren't really helping your students, you can unassign them. All right, just to give you a quick little overview of all the activities, Portales is unique because it has the Explore, Learn, and Practice track. These are additional to paper textbook. So your paper textbook will not have any of these Explore and Learn activities and few of the practice. These are to introduce vocabulary and concepts in the Explore piece. So in this case,
on the audio
we're learning
to listen to the words.
vocabulary with the map, and it allows us to listen and introduce us to the language. We have then learning, so vocabulary tutorials, and this goes through a pretty complicated and complex situation to introduce vocabulary with listening activities, repeating, so maybe they're matching or filling in the blank to see if they recognize the vocabulary, and then eventually a microphone here where they're speaking the word, and it will detect whether or not they're speaking it correctly. And then you begin the practice. There's always a communication piece, a self-check to make sure that they are getting the concepts. And then if you do, we do have this heritage track. So these are assignments you can add in if you find them to be useful for your students. I do want to point out that anything with an apple next to it is to be instructor graded. So you can see they were not assigned automatically because I said I didn't want it. If it turns out that I do want them to do this, I can just very easily assign it, and it becomes part of their homework. Same with the heritage speaker. So anything here that hasn't been selected can be assigned, and anything that's already been selected can be unassigned. And again, you can do that by clicking on it and clicking on the assign, and here we can reassign, unassign. All right, and you're going to see here that the different sections all line up with what you have in the textbook with additional stuff. So here we've got an introduction to the movie. It's a very brief overview, introduces characters and names. I'll just show that to you real quick here.
Watch the clips from the lessons
and clips, and then we'll go through the clips in greater depth, and then eventually they'll see the whole thing. And then there'll be questions that we will have related to the video. So it does go through everything in much greater depth than in any of the other textbooks that VSTES provides. We also have a gradebook, so you're going to see the gradebook overline. You just have your sample student here. As they do their activities, you're going to see overall grades. And then you can go into the roster and click on a particular student, see their contact information. I do want to click right back to scores here, even though I don't have anything in here. If I did, I could click on this and it would actually pull up the student's particular assignments. You could see how they scored, how much time they spent, a pretty good overview there. And then late work, accepting late work, it'll line up, it'll list all the late work for each student here, and you can decide whether or not you want to accept it en masse or just particular assignments, or for some students and not for others, so you have a lot of control over that. If you had any grading to be done, it would show up under this tab. So you can see here, already graded, needs grading, upcoming grading, unassigned. And then we also have the ability to post announcements, to have forums for students. And then if any students have logged any technical support through our help tab here, they can, you'll see that there as well. Anything that you need help with, we've got how-to videos, we've got a guide here, a student guide, and then you can actually email if you have questions. You could actually send a request. And then also, when you're in the grade book, you can actually do a live chat as well. So when we have agents available, you can chat with an agent. Those are available almost all the time. So that is a very quick overview of Portales. If you'd like a more in-depth overview, if you want to meet or do a webinar, just let me know. I'm always available. Thank you so much.